What you waiting on?
No, special delivery today.
Oh yeah?
It's been a while. Well, not. It feels like it's been an eternity. It hasn't been that long, but
It has been a while.
patiently waiting. It takes a while.
It does take a while.
It takes a while. I guess you want to make sure the check is going to clear or something.
You didn't pay him with cash?
No.
Big bag of cash?
I already used all that you gave me.
Oh.
I mean, it was only 50 grand.
I know. People just think.
How long do you think that's?
How many machines do you think I can buy? I mean, Whistling Diesel carries around millions of dollars.
That was a half a worker truck.
Wasn't it?
Worker truck.
Worker truck.
Worky truck.
Worky. It was. It probably.
I've spent so much money this year, I can't even talk straight.
I'm surprised if it covered your repair bills.
It didn't.
That's what I'm saying.
It didn't even cover the stone for the last job.
So where is this guy? We've been waiting all day.
He's coming.
What happened?
Steady. You know, he had to come all the way from Pennsylvania. It takes a minute.
Oh, the cameras.
Well, it's here. Let's get it unloaded.
Well, you know how it looks at did you have to clean it before it got?
Yeah, this one's a little bigger than the 220. A little bigger. It's a little bit bigger than the 220.
It's a little bit bigger. Bigger chains to hold it down too.
Huh. Is Donnie gonna be able to move this one?
No. No. So this one, the Volvo weighs at like 54, 55,000. This one's like 81.
Nice.
So as you can tell, this truck, well, they didn't run it with 4 axles, but three axles on the back of the truck.
He's got the 4th one if he needs it.
Yeah. All right, we got all the chains and binders off everything. Got it dropped on the ground. Should be about ready to detach here. Letting the airbags down. There we go. All right, we'll fold some ramps down, get this bad boy off the trailer here. Oh, did we notice this right here?
Huh?
Ah,
Already stickered.
already. It's like I knew it was coming home with me. You know, we can have fun.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like anybody's been waiting to see it.
Nobody.
No.
Nobody.
No. Huh. That sure is quiet.
It's so quiet. No louder than the other one.
Huh. Let's see how it squeaks.
Where was this when we were building the pond?
I know. You could have done it for half the money.
Let's put it back in and start over.
Let's just build another one. I just want to take this moment to say that someone at Volvo really dropped the ball. YouTube life.
All right, excavator is unloaded. See if we can get him turned around here and get out of here. So he's gonna pull up in there and back down the path and try to get out the gate right here. Big rig. Takes a lot of real estate to turn one of these things around. But definitely wanted to get him in here as they just paved the road last week, and I don't think the old 330 would have done the asphalt any good. And there she is, ready to fuel it up. So I ended up going with the Hyundai, as you can tell. Some people call it Hyundai. I call it Hyundai, so that's how you're going to hear me say it. Went ahead and got my decal put on the window when it was up there in Pennsylvania. So long story short, I ended up going with this machine. It fit my budget the best for the newest and the lowest hour machine of all the ones that I looked at. I looked at Volvo, I looked at Cat, I looked at Komatsu, John Deere, several, you know, Link Belt, Kobelco. And this machine, for the amount of hours it has on it, was by far the best deal. It's got almost 1,600 hours on it. And it was going for the same price as like a 6,000 hour other brand machine. So to me, no more than I'm going to use it. I'm probably going to put about 300 hours a year on it, on these bigger jobs, just to help stuff out. It was better for me to go with this machine. It does have a quick coupler on it, so I can drop this bucket off. I did swap it out for the 60-inch work barrel bucket. It's pretty much a new bucket. He even painted it for me to make it look new. And I did buy a stumper attachment for this. I haven't picked it up yet, but I can go get it whenever I want to. So I can drop this bucket off and put that stumper on there. It is plumbed for auxiliary hydraulics. I don't personally think I'm going to put a thumb on here right now. I'm going to just kind of use the machine and see how it works, make sure everything's good to go with it before I go through that investment. Any, you know, attachments are very expensive for these machines. I mean, buckets are probably, God, I bet a new bucket like that's probably 15 grand. And a thumb, you know, you can have 50, 60,000 right there, like very easily. So I'm going to use it with the stumper attachment in the bucket. I'm going to do all the cleanup with the 220 anyways. I mean, that's my machine of choice for cleanup work. It's just a great machine for cleaning up with the thumb and everything. This machine, you know, once you start getting into big machines, and I could be wrong, they just seem to be getting a little clunky when it comes to fine work as like picking up sticks. I mean, literally look at it. The bucket teeth are the size of my feet here. So when you're trying to pick up little 2-inch sticks, it's not really practical to be using a 80-some thousand pound machine for that. But I'm excited. It's here, and I'm going to fuel it up. He did, Neil Equipment was nice enough to go through it and did a service on it, changed the gear oil, final drive oil in the drive motors, and also looks like we did oil, fuel filters, and hydraulic filters. Coolant filter, I think the pilot filter, I saw it over there. They changed all the filters, so that's awesome. Not many used equipment dealers would go and do that after you purchased a machine, so that means a lot to me. So definitely not a brand new machine by no means, but it is new enough for me. I think it's going to last a long time. I'm super happy to have it here. All right, well, let's dump about $600 worth of fuel into it and go dig some. And this is where the Thunder Creek's gonna shine. It's almost like I had this planned out. So this machine's probably got a 150-gallon fuel tank on it. I mean, it's the whole side of the machine here. So yeah, it holds a couple gallons, and yeah, it's going to be handy to be able to have that much fuel on hand to fill this thing up. Uh-oh, minor problem. I think we're out of gas. Did I cut the gas off? Oh, duh. Problem solved. Back to pumping. It does help if you turn the fuel on. Need to fill it up with def too. 2-in-1. Fuel, diff, all pumping at the same time. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure everything's topped off here, and then go dig some dirt. All right, making my way over here to the second burn pile. I'm gonna scratch around in that and see if I can't get a few scoops of water to put in there and hopefully calm the ashes down a little bit. I figured I'd do a little size comparison here between the 330 and the 220. You can definitely see the difference in bucket size and boom and everything else. So it's actually got the same width pads as the 220. So she's definitely going to sit a little heavier in the ground. Going to have to be careful in wet spots. But it's going to be interesting to see how much faster it loads the truck. I'm going to load a few loads of dirt here before leaving this afternoon and see how it does. This ground is super hard, so it'll be a good test on the old Hyundai. All right, let's move some dirt. All right, let's get the first scoop of dirt with this thing and see what it does. So this ground was so hard the 220 would hardly dig it, so I'm interested to see how Brutus here does. Be the first scoop of dirt I've dug with a machine. This stuff is like rock solid. I can already tell I need to move the truck back a little bit farther. This will be a fair count for actual bucketfuls. Don't know. They're not super full, but they are full. Let's see how many scoops it takes. I feel like once I'm cutting like clay and it'll actually stick into the bucket, I'm hoping for like 5 scoops. I'm not digging 20 feet in the ground. But this is some good stuff to build that road out of. Yep, I need to back the truck about 2 feet farther over. Once I figure out the geometry of this big thing. I'll know exactly kind of how to lay out the job sites, how to park, and all that. Let's just start a new cut right here. Get some fresh ground. Sink the bucket in. And I get a stump. I don't quite need the stump in the roadway. Separate that. Put that over there. Try again. Was that 4 or was that 5? I think that was 4. I got sidetracked. I'll know better on the next go around. So I think under normal digging 5 scoops, under this type of hard ground right here, it's going to be 6 scoops. The truck a little bit farther over. All right, well, let me go dump that and we'll try. All right, let's try again now that I got a new little cut opened up here. put them back into the hard ground anyway. So 5 to 6 scoops, I think, depending on how much I want to spill off. Softer ground, it could probably handle a little bit bigger bucket. I got the truck moved over about 3 feet, so I think that's about the right distance. This stuff is like brick almost. 220 even wouldn't hardly dig through it. So I'm happy with how it's digging it so far. Couple more loads and that's going to finish out today. Then I'm going to go ahead and rake some of that stuff into the hole and pack it in. Set the camera up outside for the next video. You can't ask for it to dig any better if it's pushing the machine in up off the ground. The way I look at it. Take a little bit to get the hang of it. It runs a little bit different. Still pretty smooth to be such a big machine, I think. Six bucketfuls of loose, well, I wouldn't say it's definitely not loose digging. Alright, well that should stay in the truck. Let's, I'm gonna go dump that. I'll set the camera up somewhere over here to film loading it. From the outside. scoop of ashes up and put in there, but I'm gonna use the other machine for that. That way I don't stain the stick black right off the bat. Get it all dusty from those ashes. So I'm gonna rake some of this stuff in here and pack it in. That way in the morning I'll probably go ahead and load out those piles of ashes with the 220 and dump them into the hole, and then if I need to dig it any bigger or another pit, I can go ahead and do that. That way that will be finished up, and then I can start digging the basement. It's got a fair amount of swing force to it. And that was almost a dump truck load of dirt and roots. This stuff, and was able to use that clay to really start building that path through the woods. And hopefully all the dirt from his basement is good stuff, because I will be using that for his driveway road through the bottom over there. Alright, well, I'm going to finish packing some of this in there and get a few more scoops of water over there on those ashes, so maybe they'll calm down a little bit tonight, and then I'm calling it a day. Be back tomorrow, but I'll once I park this thing, I'll kind of give you a little review of it and what I think. Take notes, Mikey. Take notes. It'll get dirty tomorrow. All right, well, that's a wrap for today. All in all, I'm happy with the machine. It's got a few little, it's a little bit different operating than a smaller machine, but it is a bigger machine, and it's gonna take a little bit of getting used to. But all in all, I'm happy with my purchase. It does seem to dig pretty good with that big bucket. I think it could actually use a little bit bigger bucket. Just kind of working through some of the buttons in the cab there. Cab's a little more plain Jane, not quite as comfortable, but at the end of the day, I bought this thing to move dirt with, and so far it has done that without a hitch, so I'm happy with that. I do like the Cummins motor in it. It has, the gauge was showing, the monitor was showing it was only burning 4.1 gallons to the hour, so that was just loading the truck, not heavy digging. So if I feel like I can get by maybe 6 gallons, 7 gallons an hour digging with, non-stop, I feel like that's pretty good for a machine this size. But there it is, and I'll be back tomorrow to start on the basement.